How did Pixel Bush Entertainment see more of this lore than what was already available, by the way? Is that just something you get for the premium pass? I don't know. Hmm. Invigorate survivors 2 times? Oh, well... Oh, shoot. So, it's called self-deprecating joke because you literally have to work against your own interest. Alright, this might be easier then, because at least it's something the survivors are actually supposed to do. Let's start with those ones. Yeah, that's good enough. Throw on a toolbox. Who cares? Now, how do you... You see, sorry to blue screen y'all, what I'm trying to do is hide names every time I can, if I can. Though I can't hide them always, so it's kind of like, why do it at all? Let me go ahead and hit ready up, which I can't do on this screen. Yeah, no. I think there's no point. I don't think I've ever seen a match besides this one with 2 Jeffs. Don't I have to finish 3 gens and then escape? Oh, they're doing that again. No, I just have to finish repairing 3 generators. Alright. Let me try this again. It would be helpful if I was not the first one downed. Or the first one chased, I mean. Couldn't even tell my Twitter was on. Why are all the videos so inherently quiet? Something tells me that's not what really happened. I mean, what? It's a pig! No gen in there. Is there a gen in here? Not even one of those single-person gens which are stuck in the shower? Someone's already gotten hidden. I haven't started working on anything. Screw it. I feel like I'm often the only person actually playing a male survivor. It raises the question, why don't I play female survivors? And it also raises the question, why doesn't anyone else play male survivors? Unless, of course, it's Leon Kennedy. See a lot of him. Oh, there's a ruin. I get it. Makes a lot of sense on Pig Ruin does. I think I'm just gonna stay here and keep working on this, because I'm like across the whole map. And she is a ruin, so I should commit to gens. It's only one trap so far, so I don't think it's that big of a deal if I do that. One thing skill checks are really good at, giving killers that 1 second where they can totally sneak up on you, because your attention is diverted. Oh jeez, just the mere fact I'm not gonna do it mean no one is? At least at worst only one trap activated. I really hope someone gets her before I can get there. I don't blame her for doing that. Sorry, Meg, I guess everyone was somewhere else. Alright, if you don't want heals. Everybody, shh. I'm not making your choice. I'm not exposed, I swear. wonder if I could argue that that killed me. Nope, nope, nope! Can't make it. Did lag rob me? Did lag rob me? Or is that just a scrub quote? You decide, it's on tape. Munchwab, Higglebottom. How did Meg get out? Is she just chasing everyone who has a trap? She might be sneaking up to me. I don't trust that that means she's not chasing me anymore, just because the terror radius went away. Ruin definitely did a lot. If nothing for the mere fact that people like me decided to commit to gens because of it. Okay, I'll go after you. Pig really does turn the match into feeling like a carnival. I don't know why I just was like, nah, it couldn't possibly be me. At least I made her waste a trap? I don't know. Literally just ran directly back into the terror radius, like, eh, who cares? What's wrong with me? I thought that was a survivor. The only people injured are the ones already getting chased. I'm definitely not going to be able to complete 3 generators this match, are you kidding me? It's Larry's against a pig. I'm going to be doing this all game. Especially since I can't seem to properly avoid her. What else is new? I need this one though. Oh, she's still coming after me. There's not much that can be done about that besides just keep going. I don't think I did that in time. I still don't trust. Just wanted to see if anyone might be there. boxes again. Being a real hassle. The only people that are ever injured are the ones she's already chasing, and me. It's okay, I've already been through so many jigsaw boxes that I'm pretty sure by now that it's a guarantee I'll have enough time. The only way I won't have enough time is if she kills me herself. Which kind of means that the head trap didn't do much besides slow down the game. Piggy has good stall. I've always liked that. Well, I think that's the last one, but that's definitely where the pig's gonna be. Oh, I forgot. I mean, what's the point of hiding the names for quote-unquote streamer mode if every time someone heals you, you see their name anyways? Okay, now let's do this gen. Oh wait, makes that on hook. Maybe I should run in and try to body block. The other dead on hook person ran in and body blocked. It's only 2 gens, I need to do the last one. If I want the challenge. Is there a gen in there? There's a flickering light. I swear I'm hearing footsteps. Is the basement in here? No, the basement's in the lab, not the library. I don't actually know if it's a lab. Anything I learned about this pig over this match, I think it's that she's willing to run a long, long time to just catch up to the holding W strat. Which I guess is what you want when you hold W, but also what you're trying to avoid. It's weird. Finish this then. Up. Dang it! That was a bit too early. That might have cost the whole game. Or at least the whole game in terms of me escaping. I think Peggy will get a 2K regardless. Come on, finish. Finish! Alright. There might be a no-hit. completely forgot I was running adrenaline. Then I activated my own adrenaline. Because you expect adrenaline to heal you, you know, you don't expect just the raw speed boost. Cookie crumbs, scratch marks everywhere. Maybe she's gonna do just the most amazing cutoff you've seen in your life. Oh, if there's no Noah, I think I can just run straight through. Hello. There's something intensely wrong with the fact that the moment the killer loses 5 gens, there's a culture of, oh, well clearly they lost. Like, no they didn't. But how can you not believe that when they're totally fine with letting you do things like that? Where the go-to strat is just run straight ahead, don't even worry if the killer's there or not. This one's gonna screw over the teammates. Now should I do that to get here, or should I just do this one, because it unlocks the lore first? I think I'll do this one and we'll take a break to listen to the lore right before we get to that one.
Jake bites his lower lip with the thought of chowing down on a rack of ribs, smoking, charred.
Okay, actually, before I let him do this whole thing, I guess I will play it just for context, but the only one that's new is 4, so we're actually going to be here for a while, including when we get through the Fingers of Chaos. In fact, let's listen to Fingers of Chaos before I do the challenge, so we hear that too.
Jake bites his lower lip with the thought of chowing down on a rack of ribs, smoking, charred, succulent ribs. He shakes his head and returns his focus to the moment, to the wild hog he's been tracking through the woods all morning and afternoon. But he can't get the thoughts out of his mind. He's never had such a hard time keeping his focus. When he's not thinking about food, he's thinking about the past, about home, about the argument. Seems like it happened so long ago. The argument started on Friday, and by Monday morning, he was out on his own, exiled from the only life he knew, for disobedience. But it wasn't disobedience, not to Jake. To Jake it was a need. No, it was more than a need. It was a longing. A profound longing to know where he came from and why his father never talked about him. But you didn't have to push him so hard, did you? I did. I had to. I had to because I had the right to know who he was. Don't you see? I have an emptiness inside me that no money or thing can fill. Yet, he never told me anything about him. He just distracted himself with the business and all the trappings of a superficial life and raising you, Jake. Raising his boys. Jake stares past trampled grass, and he hears his mother's voice resounding through his head. Jake, please. You are expecting a straight thing, and no straight thing has ever been made. Your father isn't perfect, and everything he's done is to give you a better life than he had. He has his reasons. And I have mine. Jake closes his eyes. He remembers leaving home without saying goodbye. He remembers backpacking across Korea, meeting people who had known his grandfather and could tell him stories about how he had lived. And none of the stories he had been told justified burying the past the way his father had done. He had expected his grandfather to be an abusive deadbeat, and yet he had discovered a hero. a legend even. He had saved and reunited so many families, and so many were grateful and indebted, and still, he never mentioned him. Maybe he didn't want a legend, Jake. Maybe he wanted something else. But why does it matter? Why does it matter right now? A voice of caution suddenly brings Jake back to the moment. His grandfather's voice, or what he thinks his grandfather would have sounded like. Jake, stop thinking about everything else except what you need to think about. You need to eat before you begin to see things that aren't there. You've been at it all morning and afternoon with that makeshift spear, and if you don't get the hog, you'll end up like me. Jake nods with a slight respectful bow as he examines the freshly trampled grass. Jake charges after the boar as it zigzags through the long grass and suddenly disappears near the creek. Panting, he slows to a jog, searching left and right. He's hiding. Hiding like the letter his father hid in the attic. Don't lose your focus, Jake. Not now. Not again. I don't understand why he would hide such a beautiful letter in a shoebox. Ah, yes, the letter. It's the letter that set you off on your journey. It's the letter that inspired you to learn your father's language properly. You wanted to translate it for yourself, and you did. But now, Jake, you need to stop thinking about the letter, about your father, about the past. You need to focus on the hunt, or none of it will matter anymore. Find food or become food. Jake winces. His grandfather would never say such a thing. That's something his father would say. The voices in his head are mixing like a horrible stew of fermenting leftovers. He doesn't remember when he started hearing the voices, but at some point out on his own in the mountains, he realized he was talking to himself, and that talking to himself helped him cope with the loneliness. Everyone hears voices inside their head, Jake, although most are too distracted to listen or even acknowledge them. Or if they do acknowledge them, they keep them private for fear of ridicule. Most of Jake's voices are family members and old friends that make friendly talk here and there, but as of late the voices poke and question everything he does. And now for the last 2 days he was hearing a new voice, a mocking voice that highlighted and criticized every mistake he made, like his dreaded high school English teacher that made him read garbage he didn't connect with, or gave him nicknames like Muddle Brain for mixing up words, reading backwards, and seeing things in the stories she claimed weren't there. They were. She just lacked imagination and perspective. It was her voice, teeth grinding on wool, that squelched through his mind to undermine his dignity and confidence as a thinking human being. Jake was convinced his teacher had existed solely to prevent those with other ideas and perspectives from ever pursuing a literary career. His father didn't care about his issue with his English teacher, or with teachers in general. It didn't matter. Stories didn't matter. Just tell the teacher what she wants to hear. Think of her as your boss, and think of grades as money. Parrot her ideas and opinions, and you'll be rewarded with lots of money, maybe even a bonus or a promotion. Easy enough advice to follow. And yet his father's advice did nothing to improve his sense of otherness in relation to the stories and curriculum he was subjected to on an almost daily basis. He still felt like an outsider for lacking interest in the literature and history he was expected to read and memorize as truths undeniable. Seemed like there was a big chunk of perspective missing from the overall narrative being poured into him like concrete that made him feel like he didn't belong. But what does it matter now? It doesn't. Leave the past in the past and focus on what needs to get done. I'm trying. Listen here, big brother. The sun's coming down. You're having conversations with yourself, and your cells are about to cannibalize one another. Find your focus. Jake sits on a stone and watches a hawk circle against the golden dusk. He sighs and feels his stomach twist. He needs something, anything, and he regrets not taking the free granola bars from the clerk at the hunting store. He still doesn't understand what he was trying to prove, and to whom he was trying to prove it to. I guess I want to see if I could be like him. You've brought trail mix and other snacks before. What's so special this time? Jake draws a deep, anxious breath. I don't know. The hawk sails through the darkening sky, then swoops and quickly disappears near the stream. Jake stares after it for a long moment, then decides. He grabs his spear, staggers to his feet, and stealthily makes his way toward the shimmering water. By a fallen tree, he sees the hawk picking at feathers and bones. He inches closer, lifts his spear, and launches it. The spear hits the ground and the hawk rockets to the sky, leaving scraps behind. Scraps. Scraps will do. For now. Jake kneels by a sticky clump of flesh and feathers. He smells the pungent odor of heart-pounding red. He touches the sticky innards and the plucked skin and the bones. Bones as white as the hog's grin. Jake sighs his frustration and shakes his head. He doesn't know if hogs display any kind of emotion, but if they can, this hog is definitely smiling. No, not smiling. Laughing. What kind of bird is this anyway? Doesn't matter. Jake pulls out matches and cooks the guts, preparing a kind of bird pudding. You brought matches but no granola bars? I don't know what I was thinking. You're not him, Jake. I know. He died out there. He disappeared. Same thing. Not to me.
Alright, here's finally the new one, so I'm gonna be a little more invested now.
Jake tries to spit the rancid taste of regurgitated bird out of his mouth as he tracks the boar. His stomach rejected most of what he tried to stuff into it, but he's grateful he got some nourishment for his starving cells. He can't even begin to imagine what it would be like to guide and care for others in the middle of nowhere. How'd he do it? How'd he feed them? How'd he lead them out of the woods with soldiers tracking them? Jake stops suddenly to examine a few broken twigs. He brings his focus back to the hunt, trying to determine which direction the hog took. Then he hears it. Snorting. Almost inaudible, but he hears it. He turns toward a patch of shuffling high grass and narrows his gaze. The snorting grows louder and louder. He's laughing at me. Son of a bitch is laughing at me. You aren't worthy, kid. The hell I'm not. Jake launches his spear into the moving grass. A high-pitched squeal follows, and the hog jolts away. Jake surges after him, tracking a trail of red to the mouth of a small cave. He laughs to himself and knows he will feast tonight. He's done. So sure? I searched that cave before. There's no other way out. It's just a matter of time and patience. And focus, Jake. Focus.
In case you were wondering what I was doing for 1 through 3 was just looking at some DBD Twitter drama like, why is this a thing that happens every day? Like, as someone who plays this game, I have a question about DBD Twitter. Y'all ever consider just shutting the fuck up? For at least a bit?
Time to finish this. Kill the bastard, right now. Jeffrey Hawk makes his move, rounds the corner of his trailer. He squints, sees footprints in the soft ground. Bingo. Crouches low, belly skimming over the dirt. A crowd roars from the circus tent 300 yards away. He uses the sounds to conceal his movement. Then he sees it. The shadow of his chosen victim. Focus. Bring on the carnival of carnage. He shifts his weight to his back foot and springs.
I'll shred you up good, you son of a bitch!
He grabs the raccoon, ripping the creature from his trash can. They tumble. Garbage spills to the ground. Sharp pain and dull discomfort as he rolls through broken glass, cigarette butts and half-eaten corn dogs.
This is the last time you invade my trash!
The raccoon twists, snaps at air until finding a fat chunk of flesh.
Ah, damn it!
Jeffrey loses his grip, recovers just in time to grab a bushy tail. He's on the defensive, swings the animal around, whirling it like a lasso. He loses his grip. The raccoon soars through the air, reaching incredible heights. The squealing, thrashing silhouette of the woodland creature flies over the backdrop of a full moon. Majestic. It arcs downwards and lands safely in a tree.
Blast it all to hell!
With a furious hiss, the raccoon scurries into the foliage and disappears.
Scram, you hairball! Touch my garbage again and I'll make a balloon animal out of your intestines!
He wipes a smear of blood onto his pants. A blaring of trumpets rings through the night, coming from the circus tent in the distance. The acrobats are taking the stage. He had nearly forgotten his plan. There's hope for this night yet. Jeffrey hurries into the circus tent, anticipation buzzing through his veins. He stands at the back of the bleachers, avoiding the gawking, idiotic crowd. All eyes are glued to the trapeze artist swinging above.
Dude, no, don't show me every reply. Show
the
me
best
those
comedy
replies.
is unexpected, and only Jeffrey knows the punchline. He greased the second trapeze an hour ago. Spotlights, a drum roll, the acrobat
that's not what I
flips
said
through
to
the
do,
air,
Twitter.
grabs the next trapeze, and whoops, slips right off. Down,
This is the good
down,
part, too.
Splat. The sudden and exhilarating crunch of breaking bones, but nothing compares to the splat. The splat makes
No.
it all worth it. Like a ripe tomato thrown against the wall, and then silence. 100 people in shock. Trauma forming in their brains. Future nightmares being scripted. The moment broken by a single woman's scream, followed by 100 more. Jeffrey can't hold it in any longer. He bellows laughter, nearly suffocates with glee. No one can hear over the turmoil. Half the crowd rushes to the exit, needing air, needing to be sick, needing a stiff drink.
What a show!
Jeffrey chuckles, wipes his tears, and then... oh my. His eyes glaze over. So many fingers pass by. Hundreds of them. He's a kid in a candy shop, and the possibilities are measured by the handful.
I like these ones, if for no other reason than because they're in big chunky paragraphs. I don't have to scroll a lot.
He's paralyzed with indecision. As the crowd streams by, he appraises their hands.
This is not the tweet I
Long
clicked.
fingers, stout fingers, pristine and ugly.
Don't be greedy now. You get one. Gotta keep things quiet. The fuzz will be snooping after the trapezist's accident.
He spots a candidate worth his attention.
Okay.
3 inches on the
My
left
phone
hand of a
sucks,
young
so I'm
woman.
just turning it off.
Smoother knuckles than the norm. What does it taste like? Candy apple, maybe. Or brass. Why brass? With considerable effort, the memory arises. A first-grade teacher with a similar finger who used to wear cheap rings. He was a brat, but she was too hard on him. A burst of endorphins tickles his spine. How would he immortalize this stand-in for his first-grade teacher? A sharpened pencil to a jugular? Stupid, obvious, pandering to irony, but also satisfying in its cartoonish simplicity. Wait, what about the plump man with plump fingers? Thick sausages ready to burst with the slightest pinprick. A reminder of the mailman who yelled at him for flinging dog crap at a car.
Bastard. I was just a kid having fun. Could fry up that finger and feed it to the local mutt.
The fantasy is liberating, a righting of wrongs. And then, he sees it. The one. He shudders, recoils like he's seen a ghost, but is suddenly drawn to it, unable to look away. It's the finger he's always searched for, always longed to make his own, attached to a hand, to an arm, to a man with a very stupid mustache. He has found it, the finger of chaos. Jeffrey is fixated on the mustached man's finger as he walks by, so close he can taste the alcohol-soaked sweat between the joints. He knew a finger just like it, in a different life, before the circus. He's 7 years old, in his bedroom, playing with a plastic army man. He throws it against the wall, bites its head till his tooth hurts. But then, the unexpected. Chaos awakens. His father shouts from the living room with a booming voice. Jeffrey retreats to his closet. He hears his father coming down the hall, each step louder. Hide! He buries himself under a pile of dirty clothes and shuts his eyes. The closet door swings open. The odor of cheap beer floods in as a large hand grabs him, pulls him.
Why? Why, you little shit? Branson says you kicked his damn dog. That true?
Jeffrey's too afraid to say the words forming in his head. It's true. I walloped the smelly mutt good. Don't know why. Just something like a reaction. Don't get twisted about it. Ain't nothing different I could have done. His father shoves his finger straight into Jeffrey's face.
Speak up, you damned idiot! You think I want to be stuck with you?
The finger. Thick, oddly straight. A knuckle with ridges upon ridges of loose skin. A chipped nail that lends it personality.
Your mom would have hated you. You listening?
Jeffrey can't look his father in the eyes. He retreats to his imagination. Hack off his finger, Jeffrey. Make Dad cry. Make the blood spurt. Point the finger right back in his face and laugh. Laugh, Jeffrey. His father looks ready to burst as his face reddens.
This funny to you? You some kind of clown? Keep laughing and see what happens.
And though Jeffrey fears his punishment, he can't get the bloody thoughts out of his head. So he laughs and laughs. Jeffrey examines Mustache's finger as the crowd jostles around the circus tent. On his hand, a finger, thick, oddly straight, knuckles with ridges of loose skin, and yes, even a chipped nail. It may not be the original, but damn, it'll do nicely.
You know, if I do have any criticisms about the clown's lore, it's why exactly is it so old-timey? Like, why does everyone speak like a disc jockey from the 1920s?
Jeffrey barrels through the crowd, keeping an eye on the mustached man and his index finger. He pushes a lady aside, strong-arms a man.
Move along, you jerks.
Everyone's too disturbed by the acrobat's death to be upset by a clown's social faux pas. It'll be days before it crosses anyone's mind. Did that clown really elbow an old woman in the face? Jeffrey spots Mustache walking through the fairgrounds. Tents, Ferris wheels, and food booths have gone dark, closed for the night. The scent of deep fryers and popcorn is still thick in the air. Mustache breaks from the crowd. Perfect. Time to get to work. Jeffrey disappears into cover. Despite his size, despite his bright, gaudy clothing, he naturally slinks through the shadows. His anger over the raccoon infiltrating his garbage has fizzled away. There is only one creature of the night that lives here. His name is Jeffrey Hawk.
Alright, now at least we won't have to do that again. So anyways, invigorate survivors 2 times with the afterpiece antidote while they are intoxicated by the afterpiece tonic as the clown. So I gotta slow them down and then I gotta speed them up to make sure they're not actually slowed down. Oh, what a nightmare. Perfect name though, perfect name. I really won't be needing that. Wait, this... Afterpiece tonic. That would actually be really helpful. I remember this, I ran a whole build dedicated to just Noed. Oh god. Let me see, what else could I run? I really like this perk, so... Yeah, the thing is... I don't know, on the one hand I feel like I need to take good perks as Clown because he's not very good, but on the other hand, I don't want to take good perks as Clown because I don't want to allow myself to take his gameplay seriously. Fuck it. Yeah, we're going with that. I won't even turn off the loadout. Just all of you stare at it, look at it, think about it. Okay. I know this might seem like a weird, like cutting it weirdly short, but I think this should be my last one. I've got my own reasons. Oh, excuse me. Alright, so I have to slow the survivor down, then I have to speed them up. Are they gonna go at the exact same speed they would have been going anyways? Is that what I'm going to accomplish here? You know what? To make it absolutely the worst, put me on Midwich. Oh, this is somehow even worse. Also, what was that sound? Oh, they are all over there. Perfecto. Now I need to deliberately speed him up. Honestly, that's even harder than just actually hitting him. How would you do that? Someone steal a totem? I'm probably gonna throw that too far. Okay. Now I need you to go fast. Fangman, come over here. No. Shoot. Bro, you have to be so good at predicting where they're gonna go if you do this. I legit don't know if that counts. Oh, hey, look, someone was over there. No, those weren't scratch marks, that was something else. Can't make you go fast or slow if that's all you're gonna do. What, is the other one in here too? Better not. Nothing. Lethal Pursuer helped a lot. It's just like Whispers, but better. The game can't comprehend something as complicated as breaking a wall. It's like Minecraft. Okay, so we need to slow him down. Speed him up. There we go! Now, do I have to actually hit him? Or do I just have to get that to happen? And if I do have to hit him, how quickly do I have to hit him? Where are you going? Going that way? Okay. I think the only reason this is kind of working is just because it's so unusual and so backwards that it's surprising some people. You're not going that way? Okay. Bro, she's literally dodging the invigoration. I'm out of bottles. I have accidentally been playing this completely properly. Like, I think I've hooked the same 2 survivors twice at 5 gyms. Seriously, why is this going so well? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Did I make it? Yeah, I think I made it. Bro. He dodged the invigoration bottle. Only went towards the end of it. Okay, okay. He's definitely gonna... Maybe he's working with me and I don't realize it? I just need to kick that one. Alright. Thing is, if I hook him again, he dies. He may be the only one working with me, so maybe I should keep this Leon as a hole, if you will. I don't think he thinks he's working with me. Did he get the invigoration? Yo, what? What was I thinking? Oh, please. I just no one wants to be invigorated. At this point, I'm convinced it's just maybe no one quite comprehends how clown works and they don't realize the yellow bottles actually make you go faster. That's how I expected this to go on invigorating too much. That's where the self-deprecation comes in, right? Did that thing deliver us? We'll know if the broken goes away and she heals to full as well when it happens. Where is everybody? Fastest pallet break in the West, except for the fact that there are plenty of other killers who could have broken the pallet much faster. In both the sense of actually breaking the pallet and getting to the pallet faster. I can't believe I've killed 2 of them so far. This is Clown on Ormond. I guess the sneaky ones just survive. Now to make it fast. I'm out of bottles. I can't make her faster, so she's just going to go exactly as fast. Is it canonical that Fang Min ever actually did ballet? Or did the devs just decide, you know what, you want to see her in a ballerina costume so badly, here you go. I lost track. I'm not surprised, this happens a lot. I literally have no way out, so it doesn't seem like it should be that important to stay near the gates, but at the same time, what do they expect me to do? Just to run off to a corner of the map? Nowhere near either of the gates? Literally all I can think of is stand perfectly still somewhere that's not that far from either gate. Someone finally tried it. Alright. I need to hit him with this one, which isn't too hard. It happens instantly. Then I need to hit him with these ones. But they're so programmed to run away from every bottle. They don't care whether it's yellow or not. Once again, I do not know if that counted. They were so separated. I think I have to initiate with the yellow bottle. Otherwise, this literally cannot happen. The way I'm trying to get it to. Because the yellow bottle has that bit of setup at the beginning. Is that or is that just plant. I think that's just a plant. Alright. Guess I'll just give it to you because it would be boring not to. I know people don't agree, but I think the yellow bottoms are right. She's too fast, I can't invigorate her. I'm trying so hard to lead it on. Is there a chance I get the est? I don't know. No way out and floodboard. That's a little evil. Let's be real here, that's a little evil. See you at the forthcoming trial, everybody. Oh, thank goodness. That was a weird challenge. I didn't go E. That's a funny name. Yeah, no. I'm starting to think this is not a thing I can do with my life. But, let's listen to the lore before that. Mic off.
Jake bites his lower time to finish this. The hunt begins. This is Jeffrey's moment. The anger and revulsion fades, if only for a few minutes, allowing him to exist in comfort. He doesn't stumble or slow as he stalks through the deep darkness. Takes sure, steady steps. He wants to remember this moment. It's simple. One man with a wonderful finger. One clown that's going to kill him. If only that was the whole of history, the entirety of existence. Wipe out the jealousy, betrayal, and greed, the tax collectors and nosy neighbors, the dogs that bark all night, the women who lead men on, the endless stream of cars and the suitcases full of lies. Erase the whole overwhelming thing, the pain that ties it together. He doesn't want to be part of it. He was never good at it anyway. Leave one simple moment, a clown, a man, and a murder. He's jolted from his tranquility as a branch snaps underneath his foot. 30 paces ahead, Mustache straightens up like a meerkat, swings his head around. He knows something's out there, something unseen. Hello? Please, someone there? I don't know what's happening. Jeffrey chuckles.
Neither do I.